Here's hx, here's h, okay? So what do we do first, guys? H blank equals what? Blank squared minus 2 times blank. Okay. How many times am I going to use this? I'm going to use it twice. So, because I'm going to use it twice, there we go. I forgot the other part. Now, first question I'm going to ask you guys is, don't do that to me. Now, what's h of k 1 plus k? What do you reckon? What do you reckon you do? 1 plus k squared and, okay, and that's 1 plus k multiplied by, and then what about here? Minus 2 minus, and then after that, 1 plus 2k plus. Everybody happy enough with that? Now what happens to the 2k's? And what's left? K squared take away 1. Everybody cool with that? Yes, sir. K plus 1, k minus 1. You're right, but you don't have to. You'll see in a second. Now, everybody happy with that? Now, what do we do this time? It's 1 minus k by 1 minus k, and then what else? 2 times plus 2k, yeah? Then what next? 1 minus 2k, isn't it? Because there's a minus k and another minus k in the middle when you multiply it out. Plus k squared. Now what happens this time? What cancels? The 2k's cancel, you're left with k squared. Left with k squared minus 1 again. Interesting. Oh, that's perfect. Show that they, and they do. Everybody go with that? Brilliant. All right, 28. Do you know why this one's considered difficult? Because it requires you to read. I say it's very easy, it's just long. hx equals this. So what's the first thing I'm going to write down? H blank equals blank squared plus 10 divided by 2. Okay. 5 days school week, number of hours of homework. How much should you get if you're in 3rd year? So what do I do? What do I lob in there instead? 3. Okay, give me a sec. How many of these I'm going to need? 3 of them. Great. So you can see I already have my answer set up, don't I? So what about 3rd year? 3 goes in there. How many hours a week? 19 divided by 2. 9.5 hours. What about 5th years? 17 and that's grim. Using this model, a certain student did 13 hours a week homework. What year is the student in? So in this case, it's x equals 13. Division of 2 on the left is what when you move it to the right? Multiplication. So x squared plus 10 is 26. And then after that, x squared equals 16, x equals 4. 4th year is doing 13 hours homework a week. Now, yes, trial and error. Let g of x equal 1 over x squared minus 1 over 2x and h of x equal this. Show that h of x equals minus 2x times g of x. Look at this part here. Minus 2x multiplied by g of x. What's g of x? What is g of x? 1 over x squared minus 1 over. Okay. You have to multiply each one by minus 2x. So what do we get here? Minus 2x over x squared. And then what's a minus times a minus? Plus 2x over 2x. What's 2x over 2x? Huh? 1. And what's 2x over x squared? Minus 2 over x. And is that the same as g of x? The same thing, isn't it? It's just the opposite way around. So it's 1 minus 2 of x, which in turn equals h of x. Are we cool with that? Okay. Yes. So another method was suggested. The other method is a common denominator, and it's not a bad idea. Okay. So what you do in this case is you look at the x squared. It's 1 over x minus 1 over 2x, yeah? And now you look at them both and you go, okay, this one needs another x, and this one needs a 2. Does that make sense? And now you're going to get 2 minus 1x all over 2x, and you're going to multiply that by minus 2x. If anything, it makes it slightly harder. What cancels? X and that, the 2 and the other 2. And what we get at the end using Mel's method is minus 1 times 2 over 1x all over x, multiplying by the minus 2 Mel, and we get, multiplying by the minus 1, and we get minus 2 plus 1x all over x. Now you have to separate out the fraction. What I mean by that is imagine I said 3 plus 7 over 2. That's the same thing as 3 over 2 plus. Agreed? So in this case, Mel, I have to go in reverse. And look what happens when I go in reverse. It's going to be minus 2 over x plus x over x, and x over x is 1. You actually made yourself more work combining them. Okay? Yes? I haven't done that yet. He asked me to do part 1 again. So Mel had a different way of doing part 1. I just wanted to show him he could do it, but it's just a bit more work. Okay. Now, next part. Put the two functions equal to each other. So what do we get? Now, Mel, this is the time you're going to get a common denominator. That's g of x, and this is h of x. Mel, this time get a common denominator, okay? So what does the x squared not have? Hasn't got a 2. Love it on top. What does the 2x squared not have? Or sorry, what does the 2x not have? It needs another x, doesn't it? So we put another x on top. What does the 1 not have? 2x squared. So we put 2x squared top and bottom. What does the x not have? 2 and an x, isn't it? So another 2 and another x. What happens to the bottoms? And we're left with 2 minus 1x equals 2x squared minus. All right, bring everything to one side. 0 equals 2x squared. That's a plus 1 over the other side, so it's a minus 3. Bring that over the other side and we get a minus 2. Does it matter which side the equal sign's on? No. See how lazy I was there? Didn't want to rewrite another line, did I? So I just scribbled out my previous equals 0 and just swapped it over the other side. I don't write more than I have to. Okay? Now what's next? Reference number, so how'd you do that? 2 times minus 2? That's 4. Two numbers that multiply to give you -4 but add to give you -3. -4 and +1. So what do I do next? Break it up into. Okay, now what? Two x into. And after that, +1 into x minus 2 equals 0. Now what? Two x plus 1 into equals. Now what? 2x plus 1 equals 0, or x minus 2 equals. Then over here, x equals 2. And then underneath, 2x equals -1, x equals -1 over 2. Who got that one now?